Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask somebody. Hat on, suit on, looking like a dapper dog, giving them all dressed like $1 million, diamond things in its cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Everybody out there listening to me, put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey wins. Oh, listen, Steve Harvey, why don't you join me? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get him on, y'all. Better give me some eggs while I listen to Steve Harvey. Yeah, won't you join in with me? If you're with me, help me say, turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on, yeah. Turn it on. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. So y'all can hear me on. Turn it up. Steve Harvey in the morning, y'all. Yeah. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn your radio on. You gotta turn it on. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on in the morning, y'all. Come on, Steve. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You're listening to The Voice. Come on, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Well, nothing changes about that. Nothing changes about that. Man, I was just getting ready to come on the air this morning. And I was just thinking, man, I was just having a reflective moment of just how really good God has been to me. It's man, let me just say that again, how really good God has been to me. And here's the cold part, in spite of myself. You understand, in spite of all my shortcomings, in spite of all of my flaws, and in spite of all of what anybody has said about me, God, through his grace and mercy, just keeps me anyway. So many of us are exceptional people, but we refuse to just go ahead and be exceptional. We settle for the ordinary. We follow the pack. We try to fit in. Man, oh man, oh man. You know, I've heard my wife say this to my children all the time when she's scolding them or talking to them. She'll be talking to them about leadership. You know, why are you following everybody when God clearly made you to lead? So many of us are born, and so many of you are born to be exceptional people, but we always trying to follow the pack. Why would you try to fit in? Why would you try to be like everybody else? Be ordinary. Why would you follow the pack when God has created you to be exceptional? The key word in exceptional is accept. You ever done this right here? You know, everybody did that except me. Everybody felt that way except me. Everybody said that except me. Everybody wanted that except me. Everybody went over there except me. Everybody jumped in except me. Except me. See, why have you said that in your life if you were not to be exceptional? See, you got to say everybody except me. At one point in your time, I don't know who ain't done it. You know, everybody voted no except me. See, so you're not created to follow the pack. You ain't created to fit in. You ain't created to to be ordinary. You were created to be exceptional as your fingerprint on your finger is you were created to be exceptional. Why not make this the year that you go head on and be exceptional? Why won't this be the year that you decide in your mind, but just has to be a decision that we make now. We not following the pack no more. We not trying to fit in no more. We ain't settling for ordinary no more. We gonna be exceptional. But you know, you got to go ahead and follow that. You got to get on the exceptional path because that's what you were created for. Why be ordinary? You know, but all of this it has to start with a thought. You got to first think something. Thoughts become things. A man is as he thinketh. That's all you'll ever be. So what are your thoughts today? Why not have exceptional thoughts instead of ordinary thoughts? Why not have exceptional thoughts instead of fitting in thoughts? So why you want to be like everybody else? Why you want to be ordinary when you could possibly be extraordinary with a change of your mind, a change of your venue? And you don't have to be any other kind of way just because my mama was this way or my daddy was this way or this the school I went to, this what race I belong to, this my sexual preference, this my that. Well, how many excuses you need? How many excuses? What's it gonna be this year that we let another 365 days slip by without improving our condition, our place, our spot, our life, the quality of life we have? We cannot afford to keep letting all these years go by without changing. You're an exceptional person. How many times have you sat up and said, everybody did that except me? You know, I was on, everybody jumped in except me. I told them, I knew it. Everybody voted for that except me. And now look at us. Man, it seemed like everybody went that way except me. Okay, do you get it? Do you understand what's being said to you? That old accept me is because couldn't it be because you're an exceptional person? And it's time for you to take control of that. It's time for you to start thinking different. It's time for you to start acting on what you think. It's time for you to start doing something about it. It's time for you to stop taking each and every day that God gives us for granted and letting them go by the wayside like you got plenty more. Well, you may have plenty more, but guess what? What you wasting the ones you got for? I got you young and you feel like you gonna live forever. Okay, cool. But let me ask you something. See, here go the part about suppose you do live. See, everybody worrying about dying, but I got news for you. Suppose you keep on living. You want to keep living in the condition you in now? You want to keep living with the money you got now? You want to keep living with the relationship you got now? You want to keep living by yourself like you are now? You want to keep wanting the right relationship, the right man, the right woman, but you keep getting the wrong one? You want to keep doing that for the rest of your life? Problem ain't dying. The problem is if you keep on living. Who wants to keep on living just the way they are right now? And if you can say, I'm cool with I am just the way I am right now, then cool. This conversation ain't for you. I ain't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Greatness ain't for everybody. Being exceptional ain't for everybody. Becoming extraordinary ain't for everybody. Heck, becoming successful ain't for everybody. I got it. And you can come up with a way to justify your non-existence and your ordinary life all you want. And that's fine and dandy. I ain't got no problem with it because some people just gonna be regular. Some people just gonna follow the pack, follow the crowd. Some people just wants to fit in. But if you're not that person, if you want to be extraordinary, if you want to be exceptional, if you want to dare to be great at something, then you got to change your mindset. You got to get with your creator and find out what he created you for. You got to quit thinking of things just in your own thought process. You know, lean not to your own understanding. I don't know where that is, but it's in there somewhere. See, and once you lean, if you lean to your own understanding, you know what it's going to do? It's going to limit you, man. It's going to limit you. Why not see what God got for you? I would rather know what God got for me than to think of all the things I could, because I can't outthink him. I done tried it before. All right, it's just the beginning. We're going to have a good one, man. Let's go.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. All right, everybody, we know how you feel. The weekend was very short. It's over. You waiting on the bus, you in the car, you going to work. It seemed like 20 minutes. 20-minute weekend. But it wasn't. You had a full damn weekend. We are here to help you get through it. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, y'all?
That's right.
Yeah, I know
That's
how
right.
you feel.
Yeah.
You like, my weekend wasn't long enough. Nobody's is, okay? Nobody's is. And we're going to do it for you. Put that smile on your face. Ain't that right, Shirley Strawberry?
Is it Monday already?
It's Monday already.
Good morning, Jay.
Oh, my
You
God.
are my hero. You are my hero, Jay. You
Oh,
are
my God.
hero.
Carla, is it Monday already?
It is Monday. It is here. What's happening, Jay?
Nothing happening, baby, but the rent. Junior, it is Monday.
It's Monday, sick and die in the building.
I'm sick.
And I'm dying.
Welcome, everybody, to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We're going to do it for you. Put some smiles on your face, make you forget about work, baby. That's what we do.
One more person, Jay.
Mr.
what we do.
Harvey is not here, but last but not least, my partner in crime. Because
Lord.
I'm on Team Tommy, I don't give
That's
a
a
damn
lie.
what he
That's a
do.
lie.
What he do.
Lie.
Well, in his face,
What?
yeah, but behind his back.
Behind his
though.
back.
Don't listen to the naysayers, okay? I'm Team Tommy Ride or Die, baby. He the king of pranks. What up,
The
man?
nephew is in the building. I'm in the building, baby. Let's make it do what it do,
Let's
Jay.
make it do what it do, man. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's make it happen, man.
Wow.
The weekend was over. It's gone.
I know.
Oh,
The
very
weekend
true.
is gone.
It's gone.
But you know what? How many people still in bed? Do we have a count on that? When you woke up and saw,
Yeah.
what'd you call it, Jay, when you late? When you said you woke up past
A
what?
quarter past, I'll be damned.
There it is. There it is,
But
Jay.
let me ask y'all something. though.
Uh-huh.
When you realize that you definitely are just truly late.
Oh.
I know.
If
Huh.
you're really seriously late, you go
Yeah.
get breakfast. You go get breakfast.
Okay, I
You
got a
might as
question.
well.
You might as
Oh,
well.
dog.
Let's ask you. How about that?
Oh,
It's
Wait a minute,
on
wait a
me
minute. Is
now.
that a pop team?
that's a pop team. That
that was a
qualifies
pop-
as a pop team. Shirley just shot the first pop team of the morning.
You can answer
Okay.
your own question.
Okay.
How do you react, Tommy?
Can I do a pip pop team?
Yes.
Shirley Strawberry's birthday is coming up,
Uh-huh.
Next month.
and it's time to throw a party.
Oh, yes.
A big
it is.
party.
A big party.
This is a big birthday.
This
Okay.
is a big birthday.
Uh-huh.
But Shirley Strawberry is trying to hide from this birthday.
What?
Now, I just want to ask everybody on the crew,
Uh-huh.
what do we do when somebody trying to hide? Should we throw a surprise birthday
We throw a
party?
surprise
Should we-
birthday party.
What should we do?
We throw surprise. We go surprise. Yeah.
Oh, that's you gotta answer
interesting.
that.
Well, I
don't
love
know.
surprises. I absolutely love surprises.
But you know it's your
You know
doggone
what?
birthday, though.
And put some shoes on top of that.
Because you love company, so it don't bother you at all.
And also, Shirley is so grateful for everything.
I
I brought
just am.
Shirley some gum. Oh my God!
And I don't even chew gum.
Oh
I was
my
so
God.
happy. Hey, listen, we got something big going on.
I
We
can't
have
tell me
to
I
say,
heard that.
we have to say congratulations to Junior, and we're
My
going to
man.
do that coming up when we do our weekend review
Junior
right
boy?
after this.
Junior
yeah,
boy.
coming up at 32 after the hour. Junior, oh my God.
He
we'll
did
be
the damn
back.
thing.
Yeah,
He did
right
it.
after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, this is really exciting news.
Can we get a drum roll?
Yeah. I think we all had a great
Yeah, drum
weekend,
roll.
but Junior really had a
Yeah.
fantastic
Junior had a good one, though.
weekend, Junior. You got to tell us about it. Cat's getting that drum roll ready. Junior!
Yeah, this is great, man.
I know. I'm so happy for you. Come on, Junior. Tell us about it. What happened? What
Oh
happened?
my gosh. Okay, I'm a proud Texan. First
Okay,
of all.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Yes.
I'm
We
from
know.
the great state
Straight
of
out of
Texas.
Houston.
Right?
I have a driver's license that still say Texas on
I
it.
ain't mad at you.
My
Go ahead.
license plate on my truck still say Texas.
Texas, right.
But when your state,
Mm-hmm.
your state Senate recognize you and name an entire month after your foundation, boy, you doing
You
something.
did something. You did something.
From now on, in the state of
Get your
Texas,
damn thing, Junior.
June will forever be known as Kids Hope Sickle Cell Awareness Month.
Wow.
And I had my
Nice.
second annual 5K run, and I want to say thank you to Senator Royce West, my dog.
That's good. He's
Boy,
a good
that's
guy.
my dog.
He's a good guy. I love
Boy,
Royce. Yeah.
that's my dog.
Yeah.
And my grandmother was there to witness it.
Yes.
What?
My daddy was there to witness
Wow.
it.
Come on,
Man,
Deborah Lee was there?
Deborah Lee was there, man. And Deborah Lee walked the race, man.
Wow.
My
that's
father
good.
had a heart
Yes, I
attack
was
in
gonna-
December, and he was walked the 3.5
And-
miles, man.
Ain't
I
Ain't
love
God
it.
good?
He is.
So good.
And I tried not to cry.
Yes.
I tried not
You
to.
did?
But when
But
they,
you did.
But when
You
they
did.
when they say from here on, as of today, and the day after, and forevermore,
The month.
will be known as the month in the state of Texas. Man,
That's big.
That's
big. That is
I
epic.
like
And I
that.
just-
epic.
I just want to say, I think what he's trying to do is top the fact that I got leukemia. That's all.
That's what
That's
you
what
heard.
I got out of it.
That's
Yeah.
what you heard.
See,
That's what I got.
that's
takeaway.
why I
I
didn't
got
want
out
to
of it.
say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right there.
Sick and die at it again.
Sick and dies at it again. I'm
Wait,
trying to out.
excuse me,
What?
Junior.
What?
Excuse me. Jay,
Yes.
how is this your moment?
He
you?
trying to outshine me.
Are you hating on
No, Carla, you
Carla,
right.
Carla, what he is saying is that sickle cell is nowhere near greater than leukemia. That's what he's
But see, it's unfair though, because I'm fighting
It
too now.
is.
Now I'm fighting diabetes and leukemia. This is not fair to me.
You can't win,
I
Junior.
can't
You
win, T.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is crazy right
No,
here.
This
no,
really is,
no.
Shirley.
He got to pick one. You can't have
get
both
it
of
alone.
them.
Oh, and I'm just announcing I got gout. How about that?
Oh.
Oh, now
He
you gonna
got
put a
3 now. He
third?
got.
You gonna add a third? Oh my God!
In all seriousness, congratulations, Julie.
No, you don't mean it. No, Jay, you don't mean it. I know Shirley, Tommy, and Carla mean it. You don't mean it. But man, it was crazy because
great, man.
I never thought that a guy out of South Side Houston, Texas,
Could have a day like this.
could have a
Southside.
man. I'm telling you,
Southside.
I
so
never
nice.
even went into this for awards.
That's great.
I just wanted to help some people in the same condition as that, and for your state to recognize you.
Yeah.
And man, and
That's
give you a
big.
proclamation.
Right.
And my
Yeah. I
grandmother
love it.
standing there. When they read the proclamation, I said, take that over there to the little skinny woman in
Grandmama.
the back. Get my
Right.
grandmother, because she going to hang that in the house.
Right.
Now
Yeah.
she got bragging rights on
Yeah.
all her friends.
That is great, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Junior, can I
Junior,
tell you
that's
something,
really
man?
good. Very happy for
Huh?
you.
Junior, to still have your grandmother
Wow.
That's
know, man.
amazing.
is a
Yeah.
is a
Is it-
blessing
yes.
beyond.
Yes.
Man.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You still got your grandmother.
Grandmother, man.
Pete,
And
let me tell
watching
you
you
something.
do
With all
stuff.
his parents.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
Bruh,
T.
that,
And his
I
parents.
don't
That's
even know if
big.
you realize it right now, but that is a blessing.
It
man.
is, man. And let me tell you something. She had a full week because last Sunday was her birthday, and I gave her a surprise party.
Wow.
Oh.
And then 6 days later, her grandson gets a proclamation for the state. She had a full week.
Yeah.
She got bragging rights.
She
Nice
got
way to
bragging.
She
cap
got
it
bragging
off.
rights.
I wish they
Go on,
would bring
Grandma.
up what their grandbabies doing. I wish they would
What is
bring
she
it
gonna
up.
say, Junior?
What? My grandma, Willie
Yes.
Mae?
Uh-huh.
You said your grandbaby graduated. He graduated. I tell you what your grandbaby don't have. Your grandbaby ain't got no proclamation. Yeah. Who in here, raise your hand if your grandbaby got a proclamation. Willie Mae Dixon gonna be raising hell. Who
Now,
in
can,
here?
can I say this? Carla, Shirley,
Oh, Tommy,
Jay.
no.
Yes.
let me tell y'all something. Y'all have not met the grandmama yet.
Oh my God.
I've never
Y'all
met her.
meet-
No.
I've
if
never
y'all
met
Oh,
her.
man.
meet Junior's grandma,
I've never met her.
Oh my God.
let me tell you something. She's the real deal.
Uh-huh.
If you need to be cussed out, she is the person that's gonna cuss you
That's
out.
gonna happen.
Okay.
And matter of fact, I was being polite on the radio, but if she bring the which one of y'all MFs got a proclamation? That's what she really gonna say. All
right, Grandma Willie Mae.
Yeah, Willie Mae gonna give you the
Congratulations,
truth.
man.
Y'all ain't did a damn thing with your lazy ass grandchildren. Who in here got an MFing proclamation? It's
Willie
in-
Mae, we love you.
We love you,
Thank
baby.
man, thank y'all
That's
so much,
so
man. But
sweet,
I
Junior.
told him, I said, man, I have a great support team. And I was talking about my morning show team. I said, man, you don't
Oh, yeah.
understand. We get up here, we do stuff for our community and our fans,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, man.
That goes beyond, because I tell you, I never did this for awards. It was never
Oh, of
that.
course not.
And then for them to honor that, you know what? They was
Hey,
clapping for.
Junior, let me ask you a question though. Real quickly, tell everybody
just
what
getting
your
ready to ask him
foundation
that.
is, what it's about if people don't know.
Yeah, Cures Hope is just promoting awareness for sickle cell. I do a lot of things for families who have kids with sickle cell, because sickle cell don't affect just one child; it affects an entire family.
Wow.
And I
Yeah.
do that out of the kindness of my heart, man. We pay for Christmases, we give symposiums, we do everything people was clapping for the proclamation. I was crying not for the proclamation. I was crying for the mistakes I had made.
And now you're
Dog.
winning something.
And then
huh?
you gonna give me a. If
That's
you just
right.
knew all the stuff I had
Yeah, well,
messed
you
up on,
probably
your
wouldn't.
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of your journey,
that's
man.
part
Well,
of
I mean,
it.
that's with everyone, Junior.
Yeah.
Everybody
that's
has their
everybody.
story, and that's your
Nobody's
particular
perfect.
story. And, you know, you're doing well with it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
So,
That is
Yeah.
great.
thank y'all,
I'm so
team.
proud of
Yeah.
you,
And,
Junior.
and Junior, I would tell you this, man. Jay has done nothing for the
Whoa.
Nothing,
Whoa.
nothing for
Whoa.
leukemia.
Is
He
that-
hasn't done a damn
Is that
thing
Team
for
Tanya?
leukemia.
Well, I mean, damn.
Yo. Wow, there's dissension in the ranks. All right, listen. Coming up next, it's church complaints and church announcements with Deacon Def Jam and Reverend Adnoid in for Reverend Motown right after this, all right?
Ain't done nothing.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour in entertainment news, some really sad news out of New Orleans. Miss Leah Chase, civil rights pioneer and queen of Creole cuisine, has passed away, guys.
Ooh, true legend.
Also, in entertainment news, we'll tell you about the star-studded third annual Wearable Art Gala hosted by Tina Knowles Lawson, who, of course, is Beyonce's mom. We know her as Beyonce's mom, Miss Tina Knowles. But first, it is
Bring the beat
Monday.
in.
You know what that means. It's time for church complaints and church announcements with Deacon Def Jam and Reverend Adnoid. I thought he got that fixed. That's why he was out.
He didn't get it fixed.
We are here at the jackpot joint of Jerusalem.
Yes, we are.
Ching, ching.
Hallelujah.
I'm sorry.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
As you know, Reverend Motown is out today, but Reverend Adnoid is in here, and he will be giving us the church he would be giving us the church
It's
announcements.
announcements.
So you would be getting announcements and
you will be giving
complaints
complaints.
at the same time. Now,
You will be
Adnoid,
giving complaints, and I will be giving announcements. You will be
That's
giving-
what
I,
he said.
I already, Adnoid, I said that already.
Excuse me, Reverend Adnoid, do you need to cough or
Oh no, I'm fine today.
something, or-
Today is an excellent day.
Really?
This is
Wow.
my best day. Yeah.
You sound a
You
little congested.
you don't hear how you breathing. You
No,
don't hear that.
You know what the problem is? People listen clogged up. I'm fine. I'm fine. You listen clogged up. When you listen clogged up. But I'm fine. I'm like
All right,
I'm
now,
like a
Reverend
fresh
Adnoid,
box of Febreze. I am great. Go right ahead.
a box of what?
Febreze.
This boy is crazy.
All right, let me get down to business here. Brother Rashid Henry got the anointing oil mixed up with the CBD oil.
Oh, my goodness.
And all those people who got the oil placed on their foreheads are high and hungry.
Oh, my God.
What do we want to do about this? Because these people are starving right now. They are hungry.
Well,
And we need to make sure that we are doing something to benefit them. That's all I'm asking right now.
Well, let me answer that question. Having been high and hungry both at the same time,
Ignorant. So
a
ignorant.
couple of times when I was at church, I was high and hungry.
Oh no!
Anyway.
I was more hungry than high, but anyway,
But how do we handle it, Pastor? I'm sorry, Adnoid, because once again, you are high and you are hungry. How do we handle the situation?
we need to double up on communion wafers and wine. That's what we need to do. Double up. Well, normally when you get
That's the
one,
one. Your wafers and wine.
no, normally when you get one, just grab a handful.
That's not what that's for.
Right.
Do you have any type of church announcement?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
come
The
on.
pastor has been complaining that some of the leggings that the women are wearing are way too thin. We're seeing raw ass, just straight raw ass, and this needs to be fixed. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind looking, but this is a problem that we're having with these leggings. It's just like toilet paper. You can see right through it. You see everything. Raw
In
ass.
church.
Yes.
Wow.
Ain't nothing like a
Man.
good. Lord have mercy.
Oh my God.
That's an ignorant
Let
guy.
me say this: the
right
Christian The Christian spelling bee that took place this weekend is still ongoing. We have 12 contestants that are still there, and they are all struggling on one word, Nicodemus. That is the one word that they are struggling on. So I'm asking all parents, help your child with the word so we can finish this because it is going on way too long. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely right. I was at the spelling bee, and a lot of the contestants were spelling N-word please, and that was throwing everybody off. It was not Nicodemus they were spelling N-word please, and it threw everybody off. So we need to correct that.
Immediately.
N-word please. Here we go. Plenty of tickets for the hit play Help Me Find My Black Baby Daddy. If you can.
Plenty tickets.
Plenty tickets for the hit gospel play Help Me Find My Black Baby Daddy. Watch her as she goes around the world, to find her black baby daddy.
Lord,
It's a musical.
Plenty tickets.
Plenty tickets. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
We are having a double D bra drive. Sister Gertrude is in control of a double D bra drive, and they are asking that Sister Carla and Sister Shirley please bring all bras that are double D to the front so we can actually get acclimated on the double D bras. We are asking all double D bras to be brought to the front. All right?
Is it wrong to hate your pastor? Is that wrong?
Yes.
I have a footnote on that announcement you have.
Well, footnote it then.
A footnote. There are some men who can bring their bras in too.
Thank you.
You know who you are.
Brother Welch.
His laugh.
Adnoid, I need you to breathe. No. Breathe. That's go ahead.
Here we go.
Ahead.
The people who are just as fat in the back are they in the front will meet in meeting room 4.
The what?
People who are just as fat on the back as they are in the front will meet in meeting room 5.
I hate this show.
So front fat and back fat is in the same
They
meet.
finally meet. Yes.
They
Yeah.
even.
So ignorant. He's so
They even.
Yeah, all front fat and back fat is in. Now, here we are. Listen, our heavier congregation is asking for paper towels to be in the bathroom. The toilet paper is too small,
Oh, gosh.
but it's pastor's call on the change, all right? They say it's not wide enough. The paper is not wide enough. So we are asking to put paper towels as well as toilet paper in the bathroom. All right?
All right.
Oh,
That's
man.
a good one. That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Somebody amen in that.
Here we go. White People Dashiki Day was not a big success. White People Dashiki Day was not a big. All right. Go right ahead.
White people die shaking their. All right, Sister Eula Mae Steptoe. Sister Eula, she is on the sick and shut-ins list. And she has sickle cell, leukemia, and diabetes.
Give me one more.
No, go ahead, Pastor. Go
All
ahead.
right,
Go
The
ahead.
men who think it's cool to button every damn button on their jacket will meet in meeting room 5.
All right. Thank you, guys. Coming up at the top of the hour, entertainment news right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Carla, our New Orleans connection on this show, some sad news out of New Orleans, huh? Miss Leah Chase, New Orleans matriarch of Creole cuisine, who fed civil rights leaders, musicians, and presidents. Well, sad to say that she has passed away. Miss Chase, the executive chef and co-owner of famous Dookie Chase's restaurant. This restaurant was a hub for meeting places for organizers of the civil rights movement back in the day. Miss Chase was 96 years old. 96 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, condolences from
God,
the
I
Steve
hope I
Harvey
can get
Morning
that.
Show to
Her
the Chase
restaurant's
family.
legendary too, man. That
Yeah.
restaurant,
Yeah, Dookie Chase
Dookie
restaurant.
Chase,
Yeah, her legacy, Miss Chase, to that city. Inspirational, iconic. You just can't even put into words what Miss Leah Chase meant to the city of New Orleans. this restaurant, she wanted to make sure that when the freedom fighters and when they came there, they had a place to eat. And she fed the people involved in the civil rights movement. Just iconic, historic restaurant. And Miss Leah Chase was just a legend to the city of New Orleans. And our condolences, just like you said, Shirley, going out to the Chase family and in the city of New Orleans.
Going to be missed.
Definitely, yeah. And in other entertainment news, this past Saturday night was the 3rd annual Wearable Art Gala. The theme of this year's event was A Journey to the Pride Lands. It was inspired by the upcoming live-action Disney remake. The event was thrown by Where Art Can Occur, Waco, in other words. It's an organization founded by Miss Tina Knowles, that's Beyonce's mom, and her stepfather, Richard Lawson. The gala was over the top, and it was star-studded. Beyonce held court in this stunning lion and gold-themed outfit.
I saw that.
She brought her daughter, too, Blue Ivy, to the event. And other stars included Kelly Williams, of course, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, Tyler Perry. And, of course, Steve and Marjorie were there. Yes.
That's my dog.
Yeah, Maxwell performed. Wow.
I will definitely be there next year. I don't know how I missed that. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, fun
Great,
stuff,
great,
right?
great. Mm-hmm.
And you get to wear, like really exciting costumes and stuff, you know, over the top.
Over the top.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Met Gala in my head.
Tommy, what would you wear, Tommy, over the top?
Oh, I'm finna come with that thing that Jon Snow had on, that big bear jacket. I'm finna come with that.
Oh, that's
I don't see that for you, Tommy. I don't see that.
Wow.
Why? I really think I'm
see you with it.
Game of Thrones.
I don't know where you're talking about.
I
I
don't
see
see
you
that.
with it on.
Come on, Team Tommy.
Team Tommy.
Yeah, Team Tommy.
With
I
the
get
bear
that.
claws and everything. I see
Thank you, Jay.
I
Thank
see
you,
it.
That's
Jay.
good.
I'm-
That's good.
And a zipper up the front. I see
that's
it.
Yes.
That's
And
one.
pockets.
If you ain't had a bear zip up,
Yeah.
then you ain't really lived.
Man, and patch pockets on the coat or something. And a hood. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's from my dog
Yeah,
who
and-
really don't
and-
do pockets.
And whoa. Why is he?
but he gonna do my pockets.
Don't worry about it, Jay. I got you.
What?
He gonna turn around and do you. I got
Team
you.
Tommy.
Wait a minute. I
Yeah,
thought we
I thought
Dissension
you
in the
was.
ranks, I
something
told you guys.
happened.
Yeah.
No. He don't do pockets, but he gonna do my pockets.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now they might be small pockets, but he gonna do my pockets.
I don't see that for you.
I see it. I visualize
Well, what
it.
do you see for me, Junior?
Same thing.
Shirley, you see me wearing the same thing? Shirley.
You know what? This is a hostile room.
No, I haven't said anything.
Shirley, what do you see me wearing?
Okay, I was feeling the whole Jon Snow thing because you know how I felt about Jon Snow.
Okay.
Still mad about how they did him on that last episode. We'll switch gears here. Take us to Miss Ann.
All right, everybody. It's time for the news with Miss Ann Tripp.
Thank you very much, and good Monday morning, everybody out there. This is Ann Tripp with the news. Violence raged in Chicago over the weekend with a jaw-dropping, get this, 31 people shot within only a 12-hour period. 31 people shot within 12 hours in Chicago between 6 p.m. Friday and just before dawn on Saturday. Several killed. One young woman was found stabbed to death as a result, police say, of a domestic violence situation. However, all the others were shot. The youngest victim, a 17-year-old boy who was shot in the leg and who is in the hospital. Law enforcement authorities in Virginia Beach say they're still trying to figure out why a 40-year-old utility engineer shot and killed 12 people on Friday at the municipal building where he worked before he himself was killed by police. City manager Dave Hansen says the guy wasn't fired.
The perpetrator's performance was satisfactory, that he was in good standing within his department, and there were no issues of discipline ongoing.
Meanwhile, David Hansen says that 4 people remain hospitalized in critical condition. The feds also have now taken over the investigation. California Democrats wrapped up their statewide convention in San Francisco yesterday with 14 candidates there trying to make their political pitches to the party faithful. By the way, even though the convention was on Kamala Harris's home turf, the candidates that seemed to draw the most enthusiastic responses were actually Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, and Jersey Senator Cory Booker. Meanwhile, most polls show Joe Biden still leading the pack. However, he campaigned in Ohio over the weekend. As you heard caller talk about, tributes and condolences continuing to pour into New Orleans over the passing of the queen of Creole cuisine, restaurateur Leah Chase. Miss Chase, proprietor of the famous Dookie Chase restaurant, died Saturday at age 96. Leah Chase and her late husband, Edgar Dookie Chase, expanded and transformed what was originally a sandwich shop in the 1940s into a high-class eatery in the segregated South, where blacks were welcomed, didn't have to worry about being threatened or harassed by whites, and was therefore a safe haven for African Americans during the civil rights movement. Leah Chase spoke about her life on National Public Radio back in 2013.
It's always fun. That is a good feeling for me, that people remember me. I couldn't live, honey, without people.
Yeah, Ray Charles wasn't the only one who went to Dookie Chase to get something to eat. Also, some other guests included the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall, even Presidents George W. Bush and Barack Obama made it their favorite stop for jambalaya, gumbo, red beans and rice, and so many other Southern meals. Among her many honors, Leah Chase, the first black restaurateur to receive the James Beard Lifetime Achievement Award. Again, Leah Chase, dead at 96, finally tops at the week-beating box office.
Godzilla's world. We just live in it.
Yeah, it was Godzilla's world, bringing in $49 million domestically, $130 million internationally. Now back to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, another sad, awful shooting. Our heartfelt thoughts and prayers are going out to the city and the community of Virginia Beach. This past Friday was one of America's deadliest workplace shootings. Dwayne Craddock submitted a letter of resignation from his job as an engineer for the city of Virginia Beach this past Friday morning, just hours before murdering 12 people and injuring 6 people at the government building where he worked. Wow. Dwayne Craddock's motives were unclear, and investigators said even though he resigned, Craddock was not in danger of being fired, and his performance was considered satisfactory. Dwayne Craddock used 2 .45 caliber handguns in the shooting, and police found a sound suppressor, commonly known as a silencer, and extended magazines. He purchased the guns legally, and he was killed by law enforcement officials.
Wow, this is very sad.
I mean, come on.
This is so sad.
Yeah, this is just getting worse. It's so out of hand. I mean, it seems like we say the same thing after every mass shooting. This is so awful.
And Virginia Beach is my spot.
It's a nice city,
I mean,
man.
From me, Jay, and
to go down there and work.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
This is where we go. We go down. We tell jokes there. This is our spot.
So you know the community well.
Oh, we know the community very well.
Oh my God,
Praying for
Carla,
those people down there.
we love going there.
I'm talking about you out your room all day hanging in the community.
And not to mention, when you do a show in Virginia Beach, all types of people come to your
Everyone.
show. All
Yes, they
types.
do.
You mean
Yes,
all
they do.
races?
All races, definitely, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Wow.
They come
Yeah.
out, right.
So our hearts definitely go out.
Yeah.
Our
and our
hearts and our
prayers.
prayers go out to
Yeah.
Virginia
And,
Beach.
but they need to, this gun lobby thing has got to change, and until the president and the Republicans get more serious about dealing with the gun lobby, it's not going to change at all. It's gonna
And
be-
I don't see that happening.
it's gonna
I
be
just
another
don't,
one.
unfortunately.
If
Well,
you make it easy for people to get these guns, I mean, that's part of it, too.
it says he purchased his legally.
But there's also some issues with mental health that we need to talk about. Workplace safety, as far as maybe installing metal detectors, having security guards at work at all places. But no, the Republicans, they're too busy worried about abortion.
Yeah,
That's a crisis for them right now. And so how many people have to die in mass shootings for this to be addressed?
Yeah, and I do see in the future, and not too distant future, more workplace safety where we might have to have metal detectors to go to work and all of that. I do see that because
there's some issues.
Yeah, there are definitely serious
why does
issues.
it take all that to go to work, man? Why?
Or anywhere, or to school, or to the movies, or to the mall.
To church.
Anywhere where we've seen these mass shootings because he purchased his gun legally. Yeah. All right, well, coming up at 34 after the hour, again, our prayers and our thoughts are with the people of Virginia Beach right now. Coming up at 34 after the hour, we're going to switch gears and talk about trending sports news, the boxing match this past weekend. Wow. What's with folks getting hit at baseball games? And we'll talk about the NBA Finals. All that coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time to talk some sports. Junior, what you got?
Well, you've already seen this weekend. We must start. We must start. First of all, we must say our condolences. Not our condolences. Oh, we're sorry. No, it's embarrassing. We sorry.
To Canada?
No, not to Canada. Go a little further.
England.
England. Oh, you going down?
England.
We are apologizing to the Queen. Because he came all the way over here and got his spirit knocked back.
Who is he?
Anthony Joshua
Oh, my God.
lost his heavyweight championship to Andy Ruiz.
But the Queen was with him, though.
Yes.
Everybody, all those high up people.
Walk right
In
out there like they didn't
England.
know him.
Yeah, but wait a minute. We have to talk about Anthony Ruiz. Did not look like a fighter at
No,
all.
he don't look like he trained at all.
But that Hispanic brother was fighting
Man,
last
did you see his dressing
Saturday
room?
night.
He had a plate. He had just ate. He had just finished eating. He was licking his thumb. He said, "Is it time?" And went out there and won.
Boy,
That's
but
embarrassing.
Junior, he was not playing though.
That's what I wanted to ask. So, what do you think made him win that fight? Was it sheer will and determination, or was it some skill involved?
Well, I'll tell you
He
what.
was the better fighter.
I'll tell you what it didn't do for Joshua.
What?
Defense. I'm at home watching the fight. I was in the corner being his cornerman from home. Do you see the jab? Are you looking at the hook?
You think he took this guy lightly?
You mean underestimated?
Underestimated him?
I'd say heavily.
Yeah.
He was not.
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz, he fought a great fight. But when you saw him come in the ring, you swore to God. Don't act like you didn't think he was going to win.
All I
didn't
saw.
think it.
All I saw was.
No, I'm saying.
Let
You
me
didn't
tell you
think
what I
Anthony
saw.
Joshua had a chance.
All I saw
think he
was
had a
guts
chance.
and shorts too small.
Man, if you got on your boxing shorts and I see your drawers, he didn't look like he was going to win. Let's just be honest.
I didn't see a
Junior,
muscle, not a
this
muscle.
Hispanic brother was whooping his butt.
Man, he was whooping him.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Put him to the canvas 4 times. And at one of the times he got up, I swear he said, "Is it 3 of them or is it 2 of them?"
Okay, but Junior, Carla sent me a video
Did you see it? It was I saw it
when
on
the brother
TV.
got hit.
Yes.
Oh, Junior, when the brother got hit, it looked like he had left the fight.
No.
A hologram.
He
went back to
It was a
England.
hologram getting on the plane.
Tommy,
You know what?
that
I'm through with
video
this.
was when he hit him, his spirit left his body
wanted to
and
leave.
jumped on British Airways and went back to England.
Back to England.
I was hollering.
That was funny.
Oh my God, that was funny.
It was funny.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait, Carla, have you
Yes.
posted this? You have to post this, Carla.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're
it
gonna
was
post
so
it on
funny.
Steve
It
Harvey
was-
FM. Yeah.
Because that right came across and it hit, and you see that little blue spirit leave that ring like it's walking, and it said Madison Square Garden. Then British Airways show up and that plane taking off. Man, I was
man.
boy.
And I saw
that
it on
was so
Cedric
funny.
the Entertainer's IG page. That was hilarious.
Oh my God,
That's the
that was
best.
so funny.
So it's safe to say now Anthony Ruiz is a very rich man right now.
You know what?
Andy.
Andy
No,
Ruiz.
no,
I mean
no.
Andy. I
Not
said
right
Anthony.
now.
We don't know what he won on that
Not
fight,
right now.
Shirley.
But he's gonna have.
We don't know what he won.
He's
on
gonna
that.
have. He's gonna have to defend
Fight
his
again.
title.
Yeah.
So then he'll make a check. Then that's just gonna be his big check.
No, he won the belt.
he
He
got the
was
belt
not
now.
expected
He
to
wasn't
win
expected to
this,
win.
though.
No,
No.
I didn't think.
Now
so.
you the champ and you got paid $250,000. Now all of a sudden they gonna have to give you another check when
But
you
didn't
fight.
he say something to his mom after the fight, like they weren't gonna have to struggle anymore? Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, because he knew
I
too.
thought
Once,
that touched my heart.
yeah, he knew too. He knew. And then we want to give a shout out too also to the Warriors. They won last
Well,
night.
you say that real lightly. Like,
Yeah,
whoa,
well, you
wow.
know.
Nah, it's
109 to
1-1 now,
104.
man. 109, 104 last night.
Yeah, they won, man. They won last night. And
NBA
so
Finals
yeah.
basketball.
So
Yep.
now we got a series now. Now y'all done made these little light skinned boys upset.
And speaking of light skin, Drake and Draymond, they made up or
Well,
something.
you
They
know,
talked.
I tell you what makes
Light
Drake.
skin and dark skin made up.
Nothing makes Drake sit down like an ass whooping.
All right, we gotta go.
You ain't hear him say nothing.
The nephew is up next with the prank phone call for today, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, guys, right about 4 minutes after, it's today's Strawberry Letter subject. I got a good one for you
I
guys.
can't tell how many times I heard that.
My vows are weighing heavy on me. It's a good one right here,
Right
guys.
there.
Got a good one for you. Right now, Nephew's in the building with today's prank phone call. What do you have for us today, Neff?
Okay, Shirley. He ain't Carla, Shirley.
Yes.
He's not here.
Your uncle?
Uncle Steve is out.
Yeah.
So are y'all cool if I run the time that I prank Uncle Steve?
You gonna be out of work.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I ain't gonna be out of work. Right now, I'm finna play the time I prank Uncle Steve. Can we do that?
We can do it.
Yeah.
You gonna be out of work.
Let it roll.
Thank you, Jay. Here it is. Run it, cat. Run it.
So what are you saying? I'm saying to you right now that he's telling on everybody. He's snitching on everybody. That ain't got nothing to do with me, man. That ain't my book. That's his damn book. Put him on the phone then. I'll tell him. I ain't nobody scared of Steve. He ain't writing about you. Yeah, he did. He done told on me. He done told on all my boys. He's telling on everybody, man. Hey, dog, his book ain't got nothing to do with you, man. No, but his book do got something to do with me because everything that Steve done learned as he was growing up from the hood, telling on everybody. And I'm tired of this. He ought to go somewhere and sit down. Hey, dog, you got to get right with your girl. Listen, if he's schooling my girl, he ain't got no business coming in my house, in my car, telling every damn thing. Hello? Who is this? Who is this? Hold on, man. This Steve Harvey. Who is this? This is Chuck P, man. Listen here, man. Okay, I was on the phone with your nephew, and I'm just saying this to you, Steve. Okay? All love to you, dude. I see you on the front of Essence. I see you on the Family Feud on your radio show. So why don't you go somewhere and sit out and quit telling on everybody? Wait a minute. And I mean this on everything, Steve. I'm riding in the car with my family. I got to turn my radio off because you telling game. We grew up sticking together. If I'm running a little game to make my ends meet or whatever it is, that's my business. You ain't got no business telling on me. Hold on, man. Hold up. Wait a minute. First of all, I don't know who you are. I know you don't, but I know who you are, and we listen to the show. Okay? Hold on. First thing you're going to do, though, back up a little bit, dog, because you're talking to me crazy. Hey, Steve, ain't nobody scared of you because you got money. Whoa. Hey, this ain't got nothing to do with no money, and I ain't going to be too many. Listen, you got your money, so why don't you go somewhere and just enjoy your life? You found the perfect wife for you. You found the perfect person, the perfect relationship. Okay, that's good. God bless you. Hold up. Don't put God in this. Leave God out of this because you ain't calling from the God angle. See, people kill me with that part right there. God bless you. Don't throw God. You don't want God to bless me because you're talking too crazy to me. That's for starters right there. But since you're talking crazy to me, let me turn you on to something. You out there running game, that's your problem. Run your game. You can't get mad at me because I'm doing what I do. See, man, y'all kill me. You out there doing what you want to do, like you all of this right here. Then you coming to me because I'm trying to empower somebody. I don't give a damn about you, man. Feel how you want to feel about me. But what you ain't going to do, though, is talk to me like you crazy. Because I ain't that. Wait a minute, Steve. Let's make the playing field fair, okay? You got the airwaves. You got the microphone. You got the ability to touch a lot of people, okay? And you just telling. You're a walkie-talkie. Hold up. This ain't got nothing to do with the airwaves. This ain't got nothing to do with the media. This just me and you talking. I can talk to you personally. Personally, me and you can talk. Anytime you want to. But you ain't been holding, dog. Hold up. You talking all this yak. See, it's people like you, man. Dog, you know why I wrote a book in the first place. Because you're always somewhere trying to act like you're something that you ain't. Now you got the source on the phone. Now you trying to make it about money and the meat. This is me and you, just two men talking. Not what you want. Then if it's two men then talking in from one man to another, why don't you just go somewhere and sit down and quit telling? First of all, I ain't got to sit down. You already doing nothing as it is. See, as soon as somebody go out and do something, try to do something positive, you got some old shake and bake, chili wag like you sitting up in here, man, wanting to go sit down somewhere. I ain't going sitting down no damn where. You can miss me with that. I say what I want to say. And who are you anyway? You ain't even doing nothing. And don't tell me I ain't doing nothing. I tell you what I am doing. I'm trying to do something, but every time I take a step, you take two steps. I can't. Hey, man, quit trying. Hey, y'all kill me. Why don't you quit trying and do something? Y'all kill me, man, with that old you trying to do something. Why don't you do something, dog? You sitting up in here talking to me about what you trying. You probably selling that same thing to your people. You trying. When are you tired of me and trying stuff? When you gonna do something? I'm doing something right now, Steve.
Right now you're talking to me on the phone. You could be improving your relationship with your girl or whoever you're trying to get it together with, but you're on the phone with me complaining because I done wrote a book. Man, don't read the damn book. You probably ain't read it no way. And don't watch the TV show. You probably ain't working enough to pay the bill no how.
Hey, wait a minute, dude. You don't know nothing about me, okay? You don't know nothing about my finances. You don't know how
I ain't about your finances. This about you as a man.
All you do is talk to me. You done wrote two books.
Man, you know what y'all, Kimmy, hear what y'all do to me. Hear what y'all do to me. Y'all always talking to me on an email somewhere. You always on the blog talking about me. You don't even know me. Then when you give me face to face, you want to bring up money. This conversation ain't got nothing to do about money. I ain't brought up money one time. This about manhood. Now, why don't you do that right there?
Wait a minute. No, Steve, it ain't about money now because you got it. Okay, because you got it. When you was broke, I bet that wasn't your attitude.
Guess what, though? Hey, man, guess what, though? When I was broke, though, I was working. I wasn't sitting on the phone crying to some other men about what he making me feel with my wife. Yeah, every time I take a step forward, you got me taking 2 steps back. That's why you ain't taking steps. What?
Give me this, man. Can I tell you something? You just got pranked, dog.
I'm seeing you. I just pranked the out of you, man. I finally got the Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Steve has been pranked. Oh, God. God. So I'm going to call you back, dog.
I love you, man.
Did I get my own?
You got him. You know, he's 0 to 60 easily. So you got
on any given day.
As soon as you had the phone.
Did I get my uncle? That's all I want to ask y'all. Did I get it?
Yes. But don't worry, you're not going to get fired or nothing.
No.
You made that
you know what?
perfectly clear.
Because what, shit? Because it's nepotism.
You can take off tomorrow, but come in late.
But Tommy, I don't know how you knew this, Tommy, but as soon as you handed the phone off, it was over.
Hey, dog. I already knew he was going to bite the bait.
Yeah, he bite.
As soon as I was talking to the guy on the phone, I knew I was setting him up. I was like, he going to ask for this phone. And you know what? All he said was, give me the phone.
Give me the phone.
Sometimes chilling out ain't his strong point. It really is.
No,
it ain't. No. And I've been knowing him a long time.
Longer than all of us. With the exception
chilling
of
out,
Tommy.
just straight chilling out. Mama, let that go? Nah,
he don't do that.
There is no one that I cannot get. Go to thomasmiles.com and solicit who you want me to prank.
I want 50
Who you think I can't get, Junior?
I tell you what, I don't know if you can get it, but it's gonna lead to a serious ass whooping.
Who?
Minister Farrakhan.
I'm not doing that, Junior.
Yeah,
I'm
see,
not,
that's what I thought.
Junior, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
I think we need to run back what you said. Anybody.
I want 50 Cent, though. You do 50 Cent.
That would be good one.
Yeah. Some people you don't mess with. I'm not messing with.
All right, look. Thank you, nephew. Coming up, it's today's Strawberry Letter. Subject, my vows are weighing heavy on me. Wait till you hear this one. We'll get into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, time now, guys, for today's Strawberry Letter. And listen, if you need advice on relationships, sex, dating, work, parenting, and more, please submit your Strawberry Letter to Steve Harvey FM and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one today, right now. Let's go.
Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is, the Strawberry Letter.
All right, you guys get ready. Steve's not here, so we want to hear from the fellas on this one as well.
Well, now you want to hear from us.
Jay,
Okay.
Junior,
Okay.
the nephew. Oh, Lord. All right, here we go. Subject, my vows are weighing heavy on me. Dear Steve and Shirley, I've been married for 16 years, and my wife and I are headed for a divorce. We're headed for a divorce 6 years ago because of her infidelity. She cheated on me and admitted it, but shortly after that, we found out that she was really sick. So I decided to stay with her and help her out because she could only work part-time because of all her medical appointments. I worked extra hours at a job that I really hated, and I paid most of her medical bills. After all of that, I found out that she had another affair with a new guy at her job. I'm not trying to boast, but I get approached by women all the time, and I have never cheated on my wife. Right after I found out about the second affair, her health got worse, and she had to stop working altogether. So I am stuck because she has no source of income and she's still on my health insurance. I don't want to be with this woman at all, but I know what it would look like if I left her now. We have a son and a daughter, and they are old enough to understand, but if I leave her, they are going with me, and that will devastate my wife. I have told her repeatedly that I am not happy, and she refuses to let me go. She thinks I should forgive her past affairs and honor my wedding vows by taking care of her. As soon as she feels better, she might have another affair, and I should not have to keep dealing with this. What do you think? Am I thinking selfishly for wanting to leave this unfaithful marriage? Please help. Whoa.
My goodness.
Oh my God.
Please
This
don't ask
is a
me
lot.
nothing.
This is a lot for any human being after 16 years of marriage. I mean, I really have to say that. You asked the question, are you thinking selfishly for wanting to leave this unfaithful marriage? No, absolutely not. And if you are, it's okay in this instance because look what this woman has put you through. I would say you're a very good, you're a kind man, you're a considerate man, you're a loving man, and yes, you are honoring your vows. You know, and that's the thing. You do have a decision to make because you could walk off and leave this woman and take your kids. A lot of people would think that's what she deserves. But I don't think that's what's in your heart. I think you're better than that. I really do. After all that she's done, and let me tell you this. It is a rare occasion when a man takes a woman back and still calls her his wife after she's cheated on him. Women do it all the time, or they do it a lot, and way more than men. But men definitely don't do this a lot. The problem is your wife is sick. That's the problem. And the vows do say in sickness and in health. But where was this illness when she was cheating? Well, I don't understand. She cheated and then you found out she was sick. I mean, what a mess you're in. I just have to say, by the grace of God, that you can get through this, your wife will get better, and eventually you will be able to divorce her and move on to a better life. But this is no way to live. You know, you can still look after your wife and take care of her, and she could still be on your health insurance while she's going through this illness. But you don't have to stay there and take this. And you say your children are old enough. I have to give you credit for that too, because you're staying with her. You know what it looks like. You know, the kids want to go with you, according to you. This is a mess. Your wife is all the way wrong. I'm sorry that she's ill. I really am. But I do thank God that she has health insurance and she has a good man like you. But you don't have to stay there and deal with this. There's a way you can do this and still take care of her. She's still on your health insurance.
Wow.
Jay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a mess.
This is a hot mess.
This is horrible.
Good.
This is really bad.
It is.
Yeah. He doesn't say she's near death. He just said she's really, really sick.
No.
But I mean, the nerve of her, though.
Yeah.
The nerve. You got this good man, and he's taking care of you while you're sick.
As
and
my
you're cheating.
grandmama said, the gall.
Yeah, the unmitigated gall.
Oh, I never heard unmitigated.
Yeah.
Unlitigated gall?
Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, that's stronger than gall.
Put something with it. Put a strong adjective with it.
All right, me?
Yeah, your
okay,
turn,
what
Jay.
you need to do, partner. We don't have his name. We don't even know his name.
No, they're
what
not
he
gonna give
needs
his
to
name.
do.
Robert.
Let's say Robert.
Okay,
Robert, you need to get out before she gets well because look at the tail she's giving away sick. Look at what she's doing sick.
Sick tail.
This is sick tail that she just constantly giving it away. And
So healthy ass.
You don't want her to get healthy and really distribute that thing. No, what you need to do is leave her sick ass right now.
She's so wrong.
Before she gets fully well.
Yeah.
I mean, completely what? She's doing the sick tail.
No regard.
Yeah.
Giving it away like this.
Yeah.
She ain't that damn sick. First of all, and she gonna drag out sickness for a long damn time.
Oh, yeah, and make him feel guilty about staying there taking care of her.
Leave her sick ass.
He can leave. She has health insurance.
You need to leave her sick ass.
And when she gets well, then
who
he
gives
can
a damn
divorce
if she
her.
get well?
My man, he over there.
We don't give a damn
He's sick
if she
himself.
get well.
All right, look, we're going to hear from Junior and Tommy when we come back at 23 after the hour. Today's subject, my vows are weighing heavy on me, and they should, because vows are serious and God takes vows serious. So we'll have part 2 of this strawberry letter coming up right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, let's recap today's strawberry letter. The subject, my vows are weighing heavy on me. A man wrote in. He and his wife have been married for 16 years. 16 years. They were going to get a divorce 6 years ago, but they found out that his wife was really sick.
Right.
They were going to get a divorce because he found out that his wife had cheated on him. So then when she got sick, he decided to stay and help her out because she couldn't work full time and he had to help her financially. He worked extra hours at a job he didn't like. I mean, where is this man? This is such a good, unselfish man, and he wants to know, is he selfish? So anyway, he nursed her kind of back to health and everything. Then she got well and had another affair with a new guy at her job. So, and then her health got worse. She had to stop working altogether. So now he feels like he's stuck because she has no source of income and she's still on his health insurance. He doesn't want to be with this woman. He knows if he leaves her right now while she's down, what it'll look like. And they
Down
have
is
two,
her problem.
and they have 2 kids, a boy and a girl, who would go with him. So his question is he thinking selfishly for wanting to leave this unfaithful marriage? And absolutely no, he's not selfish. So that's the recap of the letter. Junior, what do you say?
What did Jay say?
Leave her sick ass.
Jay said leave her sick ass. And let me tell you something. What better 2 people to respond than the 2 sickest ass people on this show? We already know. If Jay told you leave a sick ass, then you should leave. But here's another option that I would like to present to you. First problem you have, your ass is too healthy. Get your ass sick and confront this. So you got too much strength. You walk around, get your ass something.
He needs to
confront.
catch something.
He needs to catch something. I don't know if it's whooping cough, scarlet fever, bird flu. Get your ass something and get you in a...
I like it.
Come tell you something. Whoever she dealing with, they in a hospital. Get your ass admitted and see what the hell going on with your wife.
Yeah.
You too healthy.
She's not going to help him, though.
No, Shirley. He too healthy. All the cheating happening down there in the ICU. Why you ain't down there? Get your ass admitted.
She cheated with the second guy at her job.
And the job is down at the hospital. Get
Work it
sick.
out.
We telling you.
The
We
two sickest
the
people
two
told me.
sickest people. Either you gonna leave her or catch something.
No.
Get you something.
Nurse her back to health and get out of there.
You need
All
to be
right.
in that room in the hospital bed. Hey, man.
Okay, I think we get it. We get it. Thank you, Junior. All
Leave
right.
my wife alone.
All right, Tommy. My vows are weighing me down. 16 years of marriage, sickness, infidelity, bad health, no job, health insurance. Thank God. What do you say? Is he being selfish?
The most important thing that needs to be on your mind is life insurance. That is what you want. You need to make sure you got $5 million life insurance. Let her leave here. Every time she go down, she come up with another man. Let me tell you something. Get you some life insurance.
That's amazing.
Let her leave here. Help her every step of the way. And I promise you, when she leaves, what? Y'all ain't never helped nobody die before?
That's illegal.
Now
so
you do it right.
You could go to prison for that. Just saying. Yeah.
Look, this woman is susceptible to diseases. We know that.
Well, wait a minute.
Get something.
If she's dying.
He never said that.
Okay. Let's get her to dying.
I don't know wrong with this thing.
What you ain't gonna do, Carla, is cheat on me, and then I'm trying to help you
that's
back.
Payback,
Okay. I'm not trying to help you back. I'm gonna cordially let you leave here, but I'm gonna make sure I got life insurance.
I just want to say this.
And then when me and this boy and this baby that you leaving us with, we gonna have money. And we gonna leave, and we gonna have a great life after you leave.
And I just want to
you
say
have decided to do this. You decided to cheat on me, and guess what? Life insurance is the key.
The keynote is this: you can put anything in vegetable soup. Anything.
Oh God! They have 2 kids. They'll be losing a mother.
Surely they losing a cheating mother.
He can't keep his ounces.
She's not cheating on the kids.
No.
She's
But
cheating
she's
on her
cheating
husband.
on their daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's time for you to go.
Either we do what Jay said do, or I say do what I say do. Get your ass something. There's nothing.
And do what Tommy said do. Right.
He got options.
No.
There's nothing that says you serious when you pull your hospital bed up to next to her and you catch her ass in the act. Well.
Do what he's continue on the
with
path that
dying,
he's doing.
y'all.
He can nurse her back to health and then leave her. She's
Why
got
are
health
we
insurance.
nursing
her back? Why
are we
because
bringing
he
her
doesn't
back?
want to. He's a good man. He does not want to leave her while she's
But
down.
if you bring her back, she just cheating on us again.
Well,
Now
he'll be out by then.
So
He'll be
Shirley,
out.
You gonna give her all her strength to go cheat again. Now she back in full strength.
She won't be
When
cheating
she's-
if he divorces her
when
once she
she's
gets
strong,
well.
she cheats, Shirley.
Well, then she won't be his wife.
When she's strong,
You let her blood
All right,
pressure
look,
get
Until
down.
you do right by me.
You can email us or Instagram us your thoughts on today's Strawberry Letter at Steve Harvey FM, or you can check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on demand. Now, coming up at 46 after the hour on this Motivational Monday, we're going to talk to Mr. J. Anthony Brown. You may have heard of him, about his battle with leukemia and how he stays in such good spirits. You don't want to miss this.
don't want to miss
We'll
this.
be back right after this.
Jay is motivation.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, today is Motivational Monday. And for those of you who don't know, our very own J. Anthony Brown has cancer and he's battling leukemia. We've all been in prayer for healing for you, Jay, of course, because we love you and we know you can beat this. But you got to tell us about your progress and how do you stay? This is why you're my hero now, because you stay in such good spirits. You really do.
Well, I think one of the things, when I was first told that I had leukemia by the doctor told me this. He said, he didn't even know I was a comedian. He said, you got to find a way to laugh at the situation and to stay in a funny mode, to try to bring things that are in your life that will make you laugh, that will cheer you up. And that's one of the ways to beat this.
He didn't know who he was talking to.
No, he had no idea. I mean, to anybody who has leukemia, and this is just me, there are some days when you just go, this is a tough day, but I'm going to get through this. But for the most part, man, I got this. I really got this. I mean, I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of dying. I know I'm going to kick cancer in the ass.
And why is that? Why is that?
That's what I like about you, Jay.
It's just the way I feel. It's just the way I feel. And not only that, because of the type of leukemia that I have, had this been 20 years ago, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, yeah, my grandfather died of leukemia.
Yeah. Now, that's another thing that people they think they're sharing me. They come up, wait a minute. They come up.
That's not
But I'm just saying.
Shirley just said
I'm not blaming Shirley because I hear it a lot.
A lot.
You know, my grandfather had
why she bringing
leukemia.
it up right
Well,
now?
did he make it? No, he died.
But I'm just
exactly.
saying. That's why you're my hero, Jay, because of your
He is
attitude.
beating it.
Because, seriously.
Well, there's so many people that I have to thank, my family members and friends. And I meet people on the street who listen to the show and they'll just walk up to you and say, we praying for you. And that lifts your spirit.
That's what Alex Trebek said. He said the people that have expressed prayers for him and condolences and all of that. That's what gives him strength a lot of times when he feels down.
No, but you know what? Let me say this, Jay. Your attitude.
That's it.
Your attitude and on how you have addressed this whole sickness, man, is something that we all need to watch and listen and adhere to, because you have taken a whole new precedent, man.
Yeah.
The way you've taken this is I would have never thought you would have taken it this way, and you make us feel like, you know what? He finna beat this.
Yeah, I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before, Jay.
I'm pretty negative on a lot of other things.
But I've never seen someone handle it like you, and it really has touched my heart. I mean, seriously, you make me laugh. All right, Jay, so hang on. We have more with you. Yeah, we'll bring Jay back. This is Motivational Monday. We'll talk about it when we come back at the top of the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, we're back with the one and only J. Anthony Brown, who has been so open and about sharing what he's going through with us. He has leukemia.
Yes.
That is a form of cancer of the blood?
Of the blood and the bone marrow in the back. And it was, I think the biggest decision I had to make for me was the fact that I was going to share it with people.
Yeah.
I was going to just try to keep it to myself, but then people would see me losing weight, and when your mustache drop off, something going on. So
I started that room.
Private, Jay. You're a private person.
So it was. I thought maybe sharing it would help other people deal with it, and it has. And when I go to the leukemia center where I actually get treatment, it is.
So Jay, let me ask you this though: what is a day like a chemo day? What is that? What happens?
A chemo day is like this. You get up, you go into the room where you're in the room before you walk in. It is surrounded by a lot of people who are sick. Not only are these people sick, there's sick people who are bringing sick people. So, you have family members who are bringing somebody who's sick, and then you have to go into your room and get your chemo. Once you get into that room and you're separated, maybe you have one person, it's a whole different feeling. But when you walk into that room, the whole entire room, you just have a feeling that everybody has something. So when I walk in, I make it my thing to speak to everybody as loud as I can. That's just something I do to speak to people.
Why is that?
Because it just you can when you walk in,
energy.
you can see, you can feel the energy.
You can feel it.
So I'm like, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? And people and normally they perk up and they speak back. But once you get past the lobby where it's surrounded by people who are sick, and you get into your room, it's a whole different feeling because you know you're going to get help. And I got prayer warriors out there, that I meet all the time.
Yeah.
Red, my sister, my son, and my nephew. I really have to do a shout out for my nephew who lives with me, who's been very, very helpful. I mean, not more helpful than anybody else, but him living with me has been, an inspiration to tell me to make sure you take your medicine, make sure you get exercise, make sure you eat right. And this is something I never would think that this boy would have done.
Oh, wow.
Because that's my sister's oldest, but I am his favorite uncle. The other thing about chemo, you can use it to your advantage.
Really?
Yeah. Like when you don't want to do something, you know I got chemo.
It worked right off the bat.
Don't nobody argue with you.
I like that.
I got leukemia. I ain't up for it today.
Going on with all of that.
I deal with that. I got leukemia today.
That worked for you. Well, how many hours are you in there?
Well, a leukemia treatment, if you're actually taking leukemia, can be about 6 to 7 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because they want the drops to go in slowly, and then after you take the leukemia for a week, then you take another 4 or 5 weeks cleaning your system out with a saline solution.
Oh, wow.
So you do like 5 weeks of that, and then you start back to chemo. So it's going to be probably a year to deal with this, And I haven't. There's been one day where I was just really, really sick.
Are you in any pain or anything?
No.
Wow.
Only if I make it up. If I say
and that's possible.
Yeah,
because we don't see any difference in you.
That's the other thing. People say you don't look sick.
Yeah.
And if you go to the treatment center where a lot of people are getting treated, a lot of these people just look like regular, ordinary people. And cancer don't care. It strikes young, old, black, white.
Babies.
It goes across the board.
Yeah.
But Jay, it's your spirit, man. Your spirit is just
it's
incredible, bro.
It really
what
is.
you're dealing with and how you're handling it, your spirit tells it all.
Yeah.
Jay,
Yes.
if you could tell people that are going through this, give them something to go on today so they can maybe take a page out of your playbook with your motivation and your spirit.
I just found out another friend of mine has cancer, and I call her daily, and I told her her attitude toward what she has means a lot. And everybody who has cancer, who've either beaten it or dealing with it, they will all say the same thing. You can't be, I don't know if you can say that, you can't be no punk toward cancer. You just can't.
You got to fight it.
You have to fight it, and you have to change your attitude.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
That's
all
the
right.
most I ever spoke on this damn show.
J. Anthony Brown, baby.
We're still praying for you, and we
My
know
dude.
just dealing
My
with.
friend.
We
Thank
know you're going to be fine.
Yeah.
We
Right,
know
buddy.
you are, and we thank God for you and for sharing that
Yes,
with us.
yes.
You know. All right, more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 20 minutes after the hour. Right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, time now for the weekend box office report. And I can tell you we're doing the top 5 movies. I can tell you right now that J. Anthony Brown has seen every single
last
one
one.
of these, maybe even twice.
Boy,
okay?
that's one. Go to the movies.
Yes,
Every
and
last
I love
one.
movies too, but you've...
No, I'm
ooh,
a
wow.
little more than anybody
Oh,
else.
yeah, more than anybody. Okay, coming in at number 5, it was John Wick 3, The Parabellum.
Very good movie.
I love that.
Very good
I love
movie.
that movie.
Yeah.
Number 4, Ma with Octavia Spencer.
Mom was good.
I
really
wanna
good.
see
It was,
that.
Is that good?
It was
good?
kind of funny and had a lot of funny parts in it, but it was good.
I
I
wanna
like that.
see
yeah.
So it's not scary?
Yeah,
not
it's kind of
at all?
scary because she kind of goes over the edge. But white kids learn not to mess with a black woman who say, "Come have a party."
And party like rock stars.
That's the whole movie
Yeah,
in a
wanna party
nutshell.
like
That's
rock
it.
stars. Yeah.
White kids learn. Yeah,
All right, number 3, Rocket Man, the Elton John
great.
story.
Oh my God, I think it's better
That
than
I want to see.
Bohemian Rhapsody?
To me, it's better than
Really?
Bohemian. And I'll tell you why. Because
Why?
we're more familiar with Elton John songs than we are with Queen songs.
Okay.
And that's one of the
Well-
things that really made that movie.
Okay.
I love
Aladdin with Will Smith coming in at number 2, 42.3 million.
Great.
You
He
saw
did a
that
great
too, Jay?
job. Yeah. The Genie in the Bottle? Yeah, you got to go see
Because
that.
when it first came out, people were critical
Yeah.
of the fact that he was so big and so blue.
Yeah. Will is a triple threat. He can sing, dance, and act. And this movie kind of shows all 3 of those aspects.
Really?
Yeah, in this movie.
Wow.
I think he
Okay,
did
I
a good
didn't
job.
know that. Number 1 movie over the weekend, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
George Wallace's
Godzilla!
mama. His mama did a great job in this movie.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
What do you mean?
He's Godzilla.
Oh, boy.
Oh my God! More of the Steve Harvey Morning Show, this ignorant show. We'll be back right after this. Oh, Lord.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Some sad news
Yes.
out of New Orleans, huh? Miss Leah Chase, New Orleans matriarch of Creole cuisine, who fed civil rights leaders, musicians, and presidents. Well, sad to say that she has passed away. Miss Chase, the executive chef and co-owner of famous Dookie Chase's restaurant. This restaurant was a hub for meeting places for organizers of the civil rights movement back in the day. Miss Chase was 96 years old. 96
Wow.
years old.
Wow.
Yeah, condolences from
God,
the
I
Steve
hope I
Harvey
can get
Morning
that.
Show to
Her
the Chase
restaurant's
family.
legendary, too, man. That
Yeah.
restaurant,
Yeah, Dookie Chase
Dookie Chase,
restaurant.
yeah.
Yeah, her legacy, Miss Chase, to that city. Inspirational, iconic. You just can't even put into words what Miss Leah Chase meant to the city of New Orleans. This restaurant, she wanted to make sure that when the freedom fighters and when they came there, they had a place to eat. And she fed the people involved in the civil rights movement. Just iconic, historic restaurant. And Miss Leah Chase was just a legend to the city of New Orleans. And our condolences, just like you said, Shirley, going out to the Chase family and in the city of New Orleans.
Going to be missed.
Definitely,
Gonna be-
yeah. And in other entertainment news, this past Saturday night was the 3rd annual Wearable Art Gala. The theme of this year's event was A Journey to the Pride Lands. It was inspired by the upcoming live-action Disney remake. The event was thrown by Where Art Can Occur, Waco, in other words. It's an organization founded by Miss Tina Knowles, that's Beyonce's mom, and her stepfather, Richard Lawson. The gala was over the top, and it was star-studded. Beyonce held court in this stunning lion and gold-themed outfit. She brought,
saw that.
She brought her daughter, too, Blue Ivy, to the event. And other stars included Kelly Williams, of course, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, Tyler Perry, And of course, Steve and Marjorie were there. Yes.
That's my dog.
Yeah, Maxwell performed. Wow.
I will definitely be there next year. I don't know how I missed that. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, fun
Great,
stuff,
great.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you get to wear, like really exciting costumes and stuff, know. Over the top.
Over the top.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Met Gala in my head.
Tommy, what would you wear, Tommy, over the top?
Oh, I'm finna come with that thing that Jon Snow had on. That big bear jacket. I'm finna come with that.
Oh,
I don't see that for you, Tommy. I don't see that.
Why? I really think I'm Game of Thrones.
I don't know where you're talking about. I see you with it on.
Come on, Team Tommy.
Team Tommy.
Team Tommy.
With the bear claws and everything. I see
Thank you, Jay.
I
Thank
see
you,
it.
That's
Jay.
good. That's good.
And the zipper up the front. I see
that's
it.
Yes.
And
one.
pockets.
If you ain't had a bear zip up,
Yeah.
then you ain't really lived.
Man, and patch pockets on the coat or something. And a hood. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's from my dog who really don't do pockets.
Coming up, last break of the day, and Steve Harvey left us with some closing remarks.
Won't he do it?
At 49 after the hour, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, here we are at the final break of the day with just one more thing. Steve's closing remarks. What do you have for us What do you have for us today, sir? Your wisdom, drop it.
Okay, today I thought I'd talk to you about something with a little bit different angle to it. It's going to be positive, but I want to talk to you about something that many people consider negative. I want to talk to you today about disappointment. I think that we all have to grapple with disappointment from time to time. The problem with disappointment can turn so ugly so fast. Too many people allow disappointment to turn into resentment. Too many people allow disappointment to turn into a final verdict, so to speak. In other words, so many people think that this disappointment for them symbolizes the end. When you allow for disappointment to turn into resentment, and you allow disappointment to turn into the final verdict, you're losing what disappointment actually can become for you. And I want you all to start looking at disappointment as motivation. How many times have you been faced with something that was disappointing? Let's say you go in to get a job and you're on your last interview, and I have been in this position, man. I was trying to get an insurance job one time years ago, and I went in and I had gone through about 3 or 4 interviews. I was at my final interview, and I said, man, I'm about to get this job, man. Get my little family together, I'll be all right. And got to that interview, and they told me no. And the reason they gave me for not hiring me was I had moved too many times over the past 7 years, and that represented to their company a sign of unstableness. That disappointment for me was gut-wrenching. I actually got in my car, my little 72 Chevy, and I was driving off, man, and tears was in my eyes when I got up on the freeway, and I drove back, and I looked back over at that big building with that big powerful name on it. And I had gone through 4 interviews, and all of a sudden, I was so disappointed in not getting hired. But you know what I learned to do, though? From that moment on, I turned all my disappointment into motivation. I said, okay, now this might not be right for everybody, but I use it as a challenge. I use all my disappointments as, okay, I'll show you. I use them all as motivation. From the time my teacher told me that you ain't gonna never be nothing, that there's no way they'll put somebody like you on TV because you have a stuttering problem and you can't even talk. I said, okay, but who are you who is issuing out this disappointment? Because you're not gonna make me resent you, and you're not gonna cause me to think that you're denying me this opportunity or you handing me this bad news of disappointment, I'm not going to allow you to be my final verdict. You will not be the truth teller in my life. You are not going to be the person who's the author of my destiny. You are not it. That belongs to God, not you. And I will not give that to anyone. So when you're facing disappointment, do not hand that disappointment over to the person who gave it to you in the form of empowerment. Do not allow them to control your destiny with this one piece of disappointment that causes you to go into such resentment that you become bitter, that all of a sudden now all you think about is that, and you develop this nasty attitude. You don't have to do that. And you also don't have to let them become the final verdict. They are not the author of your destiny. They are not the author of your future. They are not. That belongs to God and only God. Don't let them trip you up. And I'm saying this because I've had many, many, many disappointments. You ain't this, you ain't that. I've had shows canceled, gigs taken. I've been fired from radio. I've been all of that. Oh, I've had some disappointing setbacks. But let me tell you something I've learned to do. I've learned to take all those setbacks and use them as motivation. And I just quietly say to myself, you ain't my God. You ain't the author of my destiny. You didn't create me. You don't know me. You have no say-so in the real outcome of who I'm going to be and what I'm going to turn myself into. You who think you have the power by telling me no, by refusing me, by voting against me, by saying that I'm not the right one for the part, by telling me that I represent an unstable person, by telling me that I don't have what it takes. No. It's just because you don't know. Because you don't know what God really has for me. And that ain't your fault. So why bear resentment for these people who are causing this disappointment in your life? You don't have to do that because they are not the author of your destiny. And don't you dare give them that. You take that disappointment and you use it as the motivation. I feel sorry for people who tell me no because you know what I know? I know they just don't know what God has for me. And I end up somehow, through God's grace and mercy, showing them all. Keep the right attitude, y'all. God got something for you through all your disappointment. Y'all have...
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.